alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Los Angeles Chargers and our home team. Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
I think that typically we expect teams to save their home run plays for later in the game when they feel like they have an advantage over a defense. But in this case, they thought they had the advantage right away and took the shot on the first play of the game and completed it successfully.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First carry now for Isaiah Spiller. And down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Herbert. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one. 2nd and 10. 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 2nd
On second down, here's Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Richards. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give to Etienne running right. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. He'll buy some, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Bind under pressure again, and down he goes again. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now from way back there after the sack, it's 3rd and goal, a long 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. And his kick here is good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the 1st. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Etienne once more, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Here we go!
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
After the run, now Herbert to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. That'll go for a... And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And some room to maneuver. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 46 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from moving out in front. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On first down, right back to Etienne. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 54 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. They'll run with Etienne and trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth.
Ready, break.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Travis Etienne. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Red Dragons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rose. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Complete. Smith has it. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 38, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. This is Smith with a grab. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The final shot before the break for Herbert. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. And they'll send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. Spins away, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 37. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Herbert now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Herbert. He gets this out to Spiller. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll run for it with Spiller. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And as a result, possession switches hands. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 63 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Lawrence will throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Richards. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you can use your body to create some space.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Lawrence now to throw after that last run. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now Lawrence. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Now Etienne to start the drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Austin Eckler, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
1st down, Los Angeles.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. That's out wide for Palmer. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. Herbert. Now this one complete to Smith. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Spiller. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's a group that's well aware of what's going on the scoreboard right now. Excellent work by them to push them back. That defense, they want to make sure the worst they come out of this with is a field goal and a tie game.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Herbert. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go, just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Herbert. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Only a 3-yard loss there on the sack, but more importantly, it leads to a 4th and goal. And his kick is right there. It's good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there taken in by Smith.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Straight ahead, it's Spiller.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement